perhaps the coolest coffee maker in the world. Keurig. Put the mug down. Choose from a line of flavors. Let's see, what have I not tried? Let's see, French vanilla. There's only one of those. Let me. Oh, okay. Going to have some French vanilla or vanilla français. And the water's in there. You just lift it up. Take the old one out. Pop the new one in. Close the lid. It's ready to brew. We push the button and it makes a noise. Which sounds unfortunately like a bad night. We're done. Just want to add a little flavor. Maybe some pumpkin pie flavor. That bad boy in. And some creamer that I'll have to put the camera down to mix. Yes, that's my sister's sense of humor, and that's the zombie cascade of horror.
Are you videoing me?
The dressing.
Broadside.
It's Saturday, and my sister and her husband are here visiting for Thanksgiving. It's early morning, and I realized I forgot to tell you guys something. For the past 3 weeks or so, I've been working on the new play that I'm going to be directing for the Augustine School. I wrote it and directed. It's called WKOR Augustine FM. It's written in the style of an old-time radio show or Garrison Keillor's Prairie Home Companion, if that's familiar to you. It's gonna be with some of the kids at the Augustine School. It's got sound effects, different little radio shows, parody commercials, and also, in addition, about 3 days before I came down here, my contact with the Augustine School asked me if I could do a little side project. She had this mime that she did once for some of the kids in the church. I can't remember the title. I think it was The Older Brother, and she couldn't find the script. She was able to pull about 4 or 5 sentences of a plot description from memory because she didn't have the script, and she wanted to have something that she could use for one of Augustine's holiday program events. So she asked me if I could come up with 15-17 minutes worth of something with those few sentences of a plot and something they could possibly put some classical music behind. So at first I didn't know if I could come up to the challenge, but then I thought, well, hey, it's a challenge. So I wanted to see if I could write the whole entire one act in one evening. And I did it. It's called Greater Love Hath No Man. It's one narrator who speaks, and there's also a bunch of kids on stage. It can be any number of kids acting out what he's basically narrating. It will have some lute music by Bach and some other generic medieval sounding music behind it, and it's based off the biblical story of the prodigal son, and it blends the elements from the prodigal son story, and also it blends some aspects of the gospel story in there. So it seems to have worked. She seemed to have liked it. That's cool. That's the quickest I've ever written something of that length. I have today that I'm spending some more time with my sister. Tomorrow sometime I'll be heading back to Jackson, but they'll be heading back with me because they want to go into Jackson and check out some stores. So today should be interesting. Should be quite a large amount of eating taking place, but it's the holiday, so I'm going to enjoy myself and pay for it later. Yeah, so the adventure continues. The human can't play fetch with you if you don't give it up, Tosh.
She's like, I'm not playing fetch, I'm playing kill.
Well, we just got done with a rousing game of, well, we played 3 actually. There was one called Scribbleology. It was a game about doodling. We played Outburst, which is pretty much, I guess, the 10 most popular things in a different category. And we played a lot of Taboo. It was like a guess the card buzzer game, and if you said one of the magic words, they'd buzz you out. That was fun. We played that for about, what, 2 hours or so? About 2 hours or so. And now it's about 10:30, and we're going to get up in the morning, and they're going to take me back to Jackson, and we're going to hunt for a Christmas tree. We're going to have a real one this year.
Christmas trees!
Oh, look at the buggy. Do we follow in there or go up here? Right here.
Or did you just walk out? I think we're gonna walk to the back over
So you guys don't want to ride right now?
I'm with them, whatever they're doing.
there. Walking.
You'll walk, okay.
We're heading down to pick out our tree from a field of trees, which ironically is a great place to find a tree.
Oh, that one down there? You want to go look at it then? Oh, or is that one way down there? Are the ones with tires taken?
He may be looking at that huge one right next to the oak.
The other kind's across the road. Is that one with the tie taken?
No, the ties are just to keep the tops of them from splitting.
Oh, okay. Oh, that one.
Yeah.
going around. Yeah.
If you did.
Would you like some hot chocolate or hot cider?
Sure.
Which one?
Cider.
Cider? Anybody else?
Oh, yes, chocolate.
Cider?
I'll go for a cider.
Alright. I had to add it to science.
These are pretty.
I make all of those. They're soy wax, and they make a lotion as they melt, so they burn at a lower temperature than paraffin. So you can try that one if you want. It's really good for your skin.
I like
Right,
but being for Christmas.
Yes, being for
the,
Christmas.
The other one I really love that nobody really remembers is Perry Como. Perry Como's Christmas album is pretty awesome too.
I really kind of hate the new wave Christmas stuff, like especially the country Christmas stuff. It just bothers me.
The one I cannot stand to hear is the one about the Christmas shoes. I'm like, oh, shut that off. I don't want to hear that song. It's too depressing.
What are you looking at over there?
I don't even know that I know that song.
Oh, yeah, it's a country song here.
It's about how some child sad because their mother's passing away. Your mind goes,
Yep.
Merry Christmas.
You too. Well, we've got our tree. It's in the back of the trunk. We've had some hot chocolate. We warmed ourselves by the fire and we're feeling all Christmassy. Well, next up we're gonna go running around Jackson, but first probably gonna drop my bags off and go from there. All right, see you guys next. You know what I mean.